Hello, welcome back to my Let's Play I Shall Remain. So we made it to the Upper East Side safe. Our main objective here is to meet Andre Gracia. And this map shows two entrances to other maps. Memorial Sloan and Central Park. But for now let's check the area and check our character, how it developed so far. Strength is at 10, that's good for a melee character. Endurance is nicely developing, that's also good. And survival, let's check it in detail. How well you resist the rigors of the apocalyptic world. It plays an important role in the blood serum conversion process, so pretty important. And it's nicely developing, that's great. The stats, let's check them out. Well, it's probably alright, I guess. Now we have a few or one research point to spend. 3 possibilities in combat, but we have 6 doctrines in total to choose from, so let's check support. 2 medical ones, heal bonus plus 25%, or a refresh stamina bonus plus 25%. Well, they might be useful. Support. We already have this doctrine and we could add a bonus to repair of 20%. But for now I think let's go with combat. Massacre requires a chainsaw, so that's not really useful right now. This requires a katana, knife or sword. And this one, additional melee targets +1. Sounds like a good choice. We introduce a area of effect to our attacks basically. So that sounds pretty good. Melee now is 10. This is apparently a bonus level and requires twice as much experience to level up. Alright. Didn't know that, but... So let's go for this one. Additional melee targets +1. That sounds pretty good. Let's do it. Who knew a baseball bat could pay off in the post-apocalyptic world? Indeed. Now we are pretty tired. Cannot do combat effectively, so let's find a place to rest. After we talk to this guy, Marcus. Ah yeah, Marcus, I monitor the sewer access. Luckily no infected have crawled out of the hole in a while. Hopefully it will be a long time before the next attempt. Well, you're doing a good job, Marcus. Tons of infected in the sewers. I barely escaped. Well, they haven't really bothered us up here. There may be something going on, since they usually go after anything. I hope they keep to themselves for a while though. Yeah, it's great to see a human face after those sewers. Can you tell me where I can find Dr. Gracia? Yeah, the hospital building to the left. Alright. And there were some strange mutations. Do you know anything about that? Well, we've seen all sorts of changes in the infected over the past couple of months. I'm not sure what's going on. Some kind of evolutionary process, but there's really no way of telling. We should prepare for the worst. And indeed I saw some mutated ones myself. The kind that fires incendiaries at me. And this guy thinks that things are going from bad to worse. And this is actually a place where we can rest a little bit. Let's do it. Because the fatigue levels were pretty high. And that's about it what is needed. Baseball bat could use some durability. So we have something for the knife and an axe. Let's keep those. Repair doesn't really add much, from 10 to 12. Could upgrade it, but 0.23 additional. Nah, that's not really worth it. Can't afford that, can't afford that. We could go for level 5, but I think level 4 for now is good enough. So let's keep it as it is. So Gracia is there. Let's check out the other houses in the area. Why not? And two guys here. Mike Miller. Hey there, stranger. If education is what you're looking for, then you've come to the right place. Let me teach you how to become harder to break, quicker to strike, and tougher to kill. And he wants serum in exchange. Well, that is a lot of serum he wants. We really cannot afford that, so that will have to wait. But my unarmed training is a little rusty. I could sure stand to improve. Maybe this guy knows a thing or two. Yeah, first I must complete a test apparently, and then he will share his knowledge. And this is connected to a quest. Let's check that out. New quest, Hidden Dragon. Learn the Crouching Tiger Doctrine and then to return to Mike to increase skill rank. Alright. So first I need to learn that doctrine and then Mike can increase it. That's great. Let's check out this guy, James, who is also a teacher apparently. Sharp and blunt weapons, close combat, well, that's what we need. Again, the prices of the skill increase, the skill rank increase are much too high, but maybe this guy can share some knowledge. Just like Mike. Yeah, first I need to complete a test and then he will share his knowledge. So we got another quest to learn. Let's see, kill 50 infected using a knife. Alright. And then he can increase our skill. That's great. Well, useful when we find a knife. Let's check out the house on the other side of the street. Well, doesn't seem to be an entrance. This, no. Maybe this can be destroyed. Nope. Well, it was worth a shot, I guess. Let's check the other side. Nope. Well, alright then. Well, maybe this can be. Nope. Let's check this area quickly before we meet Andre Gracia. Maybe some scavenging can be done here. No. Nope. Yeah, maybe later we can enter this building. So maybe it's connected to a quest or some other condition we just haven't met yet. Yeah, let's go to the hospital where we can find Gracia. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. And here we have a subway. Well, we'll check that out later. There are a few traders there. It's probably worth checking out. And subway. Make sure you get near to get them active. Once you have done that, you will be able to use them to fast travel between city areas. Alright. So we should definitely check that out to be able to fast travel. Right, now let's get to this. Well, there's another guy here. Let's talk to him first. Tino Carradine. Hey, I was thinking of taking this route deeper into the city. Is there anything you can tell me about it? Well, it's dangerous. If you have no real business there, I wouldn't advise going any further. I'm interested in gathering more serum. And this guy takes 2 steps back. What's your name? Michael Hodges. This guy is Tino. Are you related to CJ? Yeah, I'm his brother. And this guy knew him apparently. He did security work for the safe. And he missed him when he left. This place hasn't been as secure since. And this guy doesn't know about CJ's injury. Let's not tell him anymore. And about your serum issue, there's one guy we hired to get us the stuff. You should talk to him. Who is this guy? He's a former journalist by the name of Tommy Prince. And he scouts resources in the city, get a serum for those who need it. He's not a great shot, but he knows the city inside out. So he should have been back by now. He should have been back 12 hours ago. Well, do you know where he is? I might be able to help him out. Maybe gather some serum of my own in the meantime. I'm good with a gun myself. Well, not really, but I can use a baseball bat, so... Well, maybe we should try to find this Tommy Prince later. It's in the Central Park zone. It's maybe something we can do next. After we meet Andre Gracia. And sleeping in bed you find is something you should consider early on. It will fully restore stamina and health, cure fatigue and decrease the infection rate by half. That sounds pretty good. And it will reward you with a healthy squad experience boost for hours. Alright, we do not have a squad right now, but it may be useful, so let's do that also. I'm guessing that is Andre Gracia. Let's talk to her first, Andrea Reiner. I'm not sure, did we meet Christopher Reiner earlier? At the gate? Not really sure. Let's see if she wants to talk. Do you have a minute? I'm looking around for some answers. And well, Andrea doesn't really want to talk. You should talk to Andre Gracia. Well, alright then. Let's do that. The head of research in the east side safe. Yeah, your brother spoke of you often. Glad to finally meet you. Well, I'm surprised he spoke of me at all. I have a note from him that says I should try to find you in the east side safe. So you know about his expedition. Yeah, I knew of its mission to save you. Until now I didn't even know the outcome, let alone details. Would you mind filling me in? Well, long story short, he found me, defended me, drew off the infected when we were about to be overrun. I have no idea where he is now or if he's even still alive, but I thank him every day. That bit actually played out in the prologue of the game. Yeah, I understand now. I knew only one of you had a chance. But right now my goal is to get back on Chain's trail and reach his team. The more people looking out for him and his mission, the better shot we have of survival. And you're right, you should find him, protect his work. We need him to finish his research and hopefully find a pure infected or the original point of infection. And this Chain guy is important to that. Crucial. And he stopped at the Memorial Sloan a few days ago. You should be able to catch him if you can get there in the next few days. Alright, I will surely do that after I catch my breath for a bit. I feel it's important for me to learn more about what happened to CJ before I move on. I suspect he sent me here to gather all this information for some greater purpose. Alright. So let's talk to this guy some more then. And get some background and story information. What do you want to know? Well, what can you tell me about my brother? I haven't seen him in years. I was unconscious when he rescued me. Well, your brother's in my care for a few years now. The army brought him here after his head trauma. My guess is they tried to treat him and couldn't, so they dumped him here. For some reason I got the impression they wanted him out of the way. I couldn't tell you why. Some strange fellow brought him here, his friend, he said, and his name was Jay or something similar. So he was still in the army when this thing started then. I knew he had to return from the front before it was over. He was wounded in action and couldn't continue where he was. Yeah, it was a leg injury that needed immediate attention. He was back in the country before the war was over. And then the outbreak happened. And what happened after that? Well, he had instructions to keep CJ there and away from anything related to the army. And the virus wasn't public knowledge yet, only a few cases had been reported. And finally he realized all secrecy was worthless. These days no one would care who CJ was or what he may have done. We're too busy looking over our shoulders to avoid getting attacked or infected. It's a different world now. So there was some kind of conspiracy against CJ. I am assuming he meant something to the army back then. And this guy Grazia thinks so. They wouldn't have bothered otherwise. Looking back, it's almost comical how the country focused on the smallest of details while a national crisis was unfolding. And it's a shame we only see that now, that most of us are dead or infected. And well, I'm infected as well. I was already bitten when CJ found me. I'm using serum to hold it off, but I have a personal investment in finding a cure. And this guy doesn't have any serum to spare, that's too bad. He is able to offer some supplies though, so that's great. I'll take it. And do you have any more information about CJ? Sure. These guys became friends. He kept writing in his journal as a way of keeping focused and current. But he couldn't be really of help to anyone until the news about you and Shane arrived. He told me where he was headed and was gone before I could blink. Now here you are alive. The more I think about it, the more I think he deserves a sainthood. Trust me, CJ is no saint. But I'll always be in his debt for what he did to me. Well, thanks for the information, Dr. Grazia. And let's see, what can you tell me about your research or Dr. Jane? Well, Dr. Jane is all the hope we have apparently. He is the expert in the field. He was the first to develop a method of distilling and manufacturing the current serum, and he created the handy toolkit we use to extract it from infected blood. Yeah, I know that part of the story. Way back when Chen and I spoke, he mentioned he was looking for a pure infected. So that's the way to get to the cure eventually. The virus suffers from DNA modifications, and they have never been able to extract a pure strain. And this guy Chen predicted a pure infected would exist. So now it's a matter of finding him. And what can you tell me about your research? Well, you probably should talk to Andrea. Well, let me hear your version. Alright then. And he has a nice story to tell. The most common method of infecting is transmission is biting. And we were lucky if you think about it. It isn't as infectious as influenza, luckily. And there's an incubation period ranging from a few hours to a few weeks. And what happens to humans once they're infected? What causes the virus to multiply so fast? Tell me that, Andre Gracia. Well, the virus begins to replicate. Once it reaches a certain threshold, the conscious part of your brain completely shuts down. That doesn't sound too good. These infected only think about feeding and reproduction, and they don't cannibalize one another. And Andre Gracia thinks we should investigate the DNA modifications and mutations. The infected we've seen recently must hold some clue as to why we see certain characteristics so consistently. It's possible that the mutations aren't occurring in the way we understand them, but through some other less random mechanism. Well, thanks a lot for this massive amount of information, Andre Gracia. Let's see what he has to trade. A medical kit. Pretty expensive. Remember, we must pay in serum, so let's not buy that. Let's instead sell some stuff. Maybe one of these rifles or shotguns. Yeah, that's too expensive, nearly 3 serum. Well, maybe first let's talk to Andrea Reiner. Yeah, we must find Dr. Chen and protect his research. That's our, well, one of the main goals. And Andrea Reiner. Do you have a minute now? Well, she does. Gracia told me you've been studying the virus. Tell me all about it. Well, she's busy. I'm afraid I can't wait. I'm infected, and unless I find out everything I can about this virus and what I can do to contain it, I won't be around any longer. Yeah, I know I should use serum, thanks for the tip. I'm talking about a cure. And Jane, the guy I was scouting for, is looking for a cure, trying to develop it, so I must get back on his trail. And she thinks it would be a good idea to contact Jane. But the situation here in the safe is apparently dire. What do you mean? What happened? Well, we were attacked last night. Streets are still clogged with blood and dead infected. I don't think this place is safe anymore. My daughter Megan was attacked and now she's infected. Well, that's too bad. My investigation, however, might provide information that could help your daughter. It might. And she needs to be sure Megan will be properly taken care of. What do you mean? Could use your help. My husband left the safe a week ago to patrol outside. He usually stays outside for weeks. I know where he should be now, but I need someone to find him and bring him home. Once my husband is here to take care of Megan, I'll be able to give you my full attention. Alright then, we have a deal. I'll help you find your husband. I don't know if that was the Chris Rayner guy, but we'll find out later, I guess. Right now, let's use this bed. Regenerates health, stamina and tiredness, slows infection, and gives a experience boost. So let's do it. Yeah, let's rest. So not tired anymore, but the infection has increased. It's 41. Alright, that's not really what I had in mind, but so we may need to use more serum soon. And we do not have a lot of it, so probably a good idea to sell some stuff and get some more serum right now from Andre. Let's trade and let's sell a shotgun. It will give us 3 serum, yeah. And maybe the weapon enhancer for the rifle. We have one for the axe and for the knife. We'll keep those. And we sell this one. Sounds like a good plan. 2.5 serum. So we have 14 in total. Next shot will be needing 5. So we are good to go right now. And it's pretty dark again. Right now I'm looking for a safe spot to trigger the autosave, and this place doesn't do it apparently. It's a bit unfortunate that you cannot save when you want, but I'll just force it by entering the sewers. getting back again. So now I'm sure it has saved my progress. Yep. And that will be it for this session. So I'll end the video here and I'll see you in the next one.